Ronald Reagan used to say that the 9 scariest words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." Well, if the Gipper was afraid of the government in the 80s, imagine how he'd feel about our government now. Okay, I want to see a show of hands. This is class participation time. How many of you have been part of running a small business? Lots of hands. All right, keep your hands up. How many of you pay attention to where your family spends money? Oh, somebody's got 2 hands up on the front row. How many of you have had to make tough decisions about your family budget and prioritize the things that are important to your family? Pretty much hits home for everybody. Well, with so many hands raised, you'd think that we could get a state government that acts like we do every day, at our kitchen tables and in our small businesses. Our state is swimming in debt. Our education system is in disarray. Our elected leaders are flip-flopping from one crisis to another with no vision for how to get us out of the mess we're in. Sometimes you wonder, are our leaders more interested in politics than solutions? More interested in scoring political points than helping people? What's going on in our government scares me, and it makes me mad. We need solutions, not politics. I'm in this race because I'm a problem solver, and I want to be your next state senator. I began my career working offshore in what was then a very male-dominated world. I was excited about the opportunities and ready to overcome any obstacles to earn my stripes and prove that I could make a difference. 18 years later, I oversaw a large chunk of Shell's deep water operations with a $250 million budget and 160 employees. It was a job that many aspired to have and one that very few women had ever attained. I earned the position by working nearly 24/7 before that term was even in vogue. And to be honest, the job was kind of taking a toll on our young family. That's when Stan and I faced a difficult choice and made a tough decision that in some ways was hard, yet easy at the same time. I traded in my steel-toed boots for tennis shoes and began the next chapter in my life as a full-time wife and mother. Heck, I knew that I could drill a well, but I could not get my 8-year-old to learn his multiplication tables. Like so many of you here today, helping your kids means getting involved in your kids' schools. I immediately put those well-honed engineering management skills to work by building playgrounds at my son's schools. The pay wasn't much, but it was very fulfilling. And now, 15 years later, what started as a single tiny playground has grown into an effort to build the first phase of a world-class recreation facility in eastern St. Tammany, Camellia Park. Y'all have to remember to go vote on May 2nd, by the way, to make that happen. Over the years, I've been an advocate for technology and rigorous curriculum in our public schools. After our sons, Chris and Brad, graduated from high school and went to college, I broadened my interest from the schools to our community. Helping others in need has been so fulfilling to me, whether it was working on a Habitat home, serving lunch at the Mount Olive Soup Kitchen, sending students home with backpacks full of food on the weekends, or being an advocate for teenage mental illness. I've really enjoyed exchanging ideas to promote more economic development in our community with other business leaders in the chamber. Stan and I now are true empty nesters now that Chris and Brad have graduated from college and, praise the Lord, are gainfully employed. So what does God have in store for me in this next chapter of my life? I've been thinking about this question and praying about it for some time. A few Sundays ago, Stan and I were in Sunday school, and the lesson was about responding to God's calling. That lesson really spoke to me. After Sunday school, we went into the sanctuary, and the minister began her sermon by reading the relevant scriptures. Line by line, she spoke the gospel to the entire congregation until she looked right at me, as if there was not another person in the church. And she said, "You have to use your gifts to do God's work, whether it's on the national, state, or local level." Now, I don't think national, state, or local level has ever been used in the history of sermons, but she said it that day, and I knew that I had my answer. So I'm announcing today that I'm a candidate for the Louisiana State Senate, because our district deserves a leader with real business skills, real leadership skills, and a passion for the community. We need someone that will drive every day to fix the systems that are broken, and more importantly, to deliver results. Both in business and in the community, I've learned that by identifying problems and working with the stakeholders to develop solutions, great things can be accomplished. We need people in Baton Rouge who are willing to roll up their sleeves and do the work of the people. We need legislators who will read the bills before they vote on them, not afterwards. And we need a state senator who delivers solutions, not just more politics. This race won't be easy. I don't have 16 years worth of incumbency propelling my campaign. I haven't been part of the political establishment, but then again, I also haven't been part of creating the problems we now face. I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need your prayers. I'm going to need your vote. And I promise you that I will work as hard on this as I have on anything else. The problems we face together are big. The challenges are too tall to leave them to politicians who are complacent and tired. I will bring energy and fresh perspective to the campaign trail, and most importantly, to our state capitol. I am Sharon Hewitt, and I'm asking for your support as your next state senator.